So, then it says that he penned a 19-minute song, I Admit, in which he doesn't really admit anything. Though he does say, I admit I done made some mistakes and I have some imperfect ways. You know, yeah, because the only thing he admitted was that he was a fool for trusting people. He was a fool for believing in people. He was a fool for helping certain people out. And that he was a fool for being mean to his women, basically. Because even in the Admit song, he talks about these women, he's calling them bitches and hoes. Like, what? Okay. Then, Kelly has also threatened to sue Lifetime, which is the network that aired Surviving R. Kelly. In the past year or so, his longtime lawyer, assistant, and publicist quit. Kelly is also reportedly experiencing anxiety over these new allegations, and he had been hospitalized for panic attacks. He was hospitalized one time for the panic attack, and then after that, he didn't want to go back to the hospital, so he started to have a doctor come and examine him in his own home. He had an in-house doctor, which he does have an in-house doctor, because the in-house doctor is the one who helps these girls get abortions and stuff like that. Or when they're sick and they have to, because he doesn't want them to know, he doesn't want them to step out into the world so that the world knows who they are. So the next question is, how is the industry responding to R. Kelly's situation, right? Well, as we know, that Kelly's record label RCA/Sony dropped him, and Spotify has removed his songs from all of its playlists. But come to find out, that's not true. I'll be talking about that too. I'm going to get into a segment of that as well. And that we know that the Mute R. Kelly movement has also been gaining momentum after issuing an open letter that called on the music industry to cut ties with the singer. So the group, led primarily by women of color, said, "We demand appropriate investigations and inquiries into the allegations of R. Kelly's abuse made by women of color and their families over 2 decades now." Famous members include the director of the Mute R. Kelly Time's Up is Ava DuVernay, and writer and actor Lena Waithe. Singer John Legend also makes no secret of standing with the women of Time's Up and Mute R. Kelly on the social media. So we know that he went off on that. We know that he went off on that. And then, the companies currently being targeted by Mute R. Kelly include, but are not limited to, Apple Music, Live Nation's Ticketmaster, and concert venues around the country that have and are scheduled to host the singer. So, Miss Darlene April, now she's trying to sue Lifetime. I guess she's going to try to sue Lifetime for the fact that she lost money due to the fact that she's the fan club manager and she's been promoting him forever. And I just find that so funny, you know. And she's also suing people for defamation of character of R. Kelly. So I don't get it, but good luck with that, Darlene, by the way. I don't, honestly, I don't see anything happening for you, honey. So it's just a waste of your time. You're just trying to look good, you know, and show the people on R. Kelly's side, this is how you do support. I understand. I understand what you're doing. It's okay. But it's not going to work. I'm just going to let you know that it's not going to work, okay? So several other celebrities are also breaking ties with Kelly, like Lady Gaga, who publicly apologized and showed her support for the women. And the song she recorded with him, Do What You Want With My Body, was removed from all streaming services. Celine Dion also pulled her duet with Kelly, I'm Your Angel, from streaming services. And then you have artists like Chance the Rapper, who also was standing up for the women. And he said in a statement, the truth is any of us who ever ignored the R. Kelly stories or ever believed he was being set up, attacked by the system, as black men often are, we're doing so at the deterrent of black women and girls. He said he now regrets working with Kelly. Yeah, so he's not too happy with Kelly either. We all know that. And not all musicians are coming out about R. Kelly. They're not coming out against him either. But however, French Montana had told TMZ that Kelly should be able to enjoy his legacy, but whatever happened, happened, he said. And then a few days later, Montana backtracked on social media saying, let me be clear, my heart is with the victims. And still many artists who have been called out for working with Kelly have yet to make any formal statements. Quite a few artists who were asked to participate in the Surviving R. Kelly declined to appear. And they included Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, and David Chappelle. Kenyatta Tisha Barnes, the co-founder of the Mute R. Kelly movement, said recently, it's time for the collective DAs and federal prosecutors to make an indictment. And last but not least, we're at the last part of this article where it talks about, has R. Kelly's family responded? Well, so as I was saying, has Kelly's family responded? They have not responded to the charges this year. But in addition to R. Kelly's daughter, his ex-wife spoke out about him, as well as his daughter, Baku Abi, took to Instagram earlier this year to call her estranged father a monster. She said, to people who feel that I would be speaking up against everything is going on right now, I just want you all to understand that devastated is an understatement for what I feel currently. She said that her mother and siblings haven't had any contact with Kelly for many years. And she says, the same monster you all confronting me about is my father, she said. I am well aware of who and what he is. I grew up in that house. So, what does that tell you? I grew up in that house. She knows her father is a monster. So what do you think that statement meant? Write it down in the description, in the comments below. Drop that down. Drop what you think about that statement that she said. That was a very, very, very powerful statement there. She said, and I'm going to repeat it again, I am well aware of who and what he is. I grew up in that house. For me, that's stating she's a witness to what has gone on, and she knows how her father is a monster. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know which child it was, but he had one of his children dancing up on a pool table or a table in some little tutu and a bodysuit or something, trying to ask people for money and all this and that. Like, what? How do you do that to your child? A bunch of men, you're making her dance in front of a bunch of men. You're a sick, twisted, perverted bastard. How about that? So, I hope I answered all your questions, guys. That was the end of our article. This is the end of part 2 to all your questions about R. Kelly's alleged sex crimes answered. And I have some other things that are coming out. I'm getting some things together for you guys so I can come out with some other stuff. I want to break down some of his songs and stuff like that, and analyze his content. So that's what I want to do too. So if you like this video, subscribe, share. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in or way out. And it is Diva the Divine. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary and have a blessed evening. Peace.